Hey, welcome to the Ritchie Roundup. I am Ritchie, and got some stuff I didn't have time to get to on my radio show tonight. But soy el jefe de la radio. It means I am the boss of the radio. But here we are. So let's talk about Graham Plattner. Let's talk about Graham Plattner, that piece of crap who is now the Democrat nominee for Senate in Maine, who is, Graham Plattner, who has the Nazi tattoo that he just covered up a few months ago when somebody told him, hey, that's a Nazi tattoo. I had no idea. I had the thing for 18 years, and I just thought that it was a really terrifying looking skull and crossbones. I had no idea that it was a Nazi death tattoo. And when my ex-girlfriend says that I told her that I knew it was a Nazi tattoo, then she's just lying. That's news to me. If she knew it, then she never told me. Nobody ever told me that it was a Nazi tattoo. So, I'm still shocked by it. So you got this piece of work, okay? And then another woman has come out and she talked to the New York Post, aka the Postie, and said that he told her about it. She says she has text messages of him talking about his Nazi tattoo, and the fact that he's just a piece of crap all the way around. And she was accusing him of being rough with her and stuff like that, I think. Just the typical stuff. But it doesn't matter anymore because the Democrats have shown that they are going to make excuses for this guy. He could come in there and go on TV and have blood on his face. And if the reporter asked him, hey, what is that blood you have on your face? He could say, well, I was on my way over here, and when I got out of my car, there were a couple of toddlers in the lobby as I was walking in, and I decided to kill them and eat them right there on the reception desk. So I hadn't had my breakfast yet, and I eat small children quite often. And I decided that I didn't need to come on the show here with hunger pangs. So I ate both of those toddlers. And they would just make excuses for, that was the old Graham Plattner. Or I'm sure they deserved it. The little toddlers probably deserved it. Or he was hungry and he's important to us because we need to take back the Senate and we need to make sure that we take care of him. So this is some hag. I don't even know who this is. It's some wench from, I think, the New York Times, and she's on some stupid MSNBC show or whatever, but she's doing the same thing. Listen to the excuses that she makes. Now, this is the party of feminism. This is the party of Me Too. This is the party of we have to believe the accusers. Whenever a woman accuses a man of anything, we have to believe the accuser, not innocent until proven guilty. But if a woman accuses a man of mistreating her, abusing her, or whatever, we have to believe her first. She has to be believed. That's the whole thing. The Me Too movement. That's what it was. But listen to this woman.
Let's talk about what they may or may not be willing to overlook. The accusations against Graham Plattner are not classic Me Too accusations.
The accusations of Graham Plattner are not your typical Me Too accusations.
Okay.
They're not about a boss and a young female employee being subjected to sexual advances. They were mostly made in the context of consensual relationships. There are these very sensational texts about sex. There are allegations from former girlfriends that are not, the way my colleagues reported them, were not like classic abuse allegations. They were mostly...
Okay, one of the allegations was that the ex-girlfriend said that he would grab her by her shoulders and sling her around and shake her and hold her so tightly that it would leave marks, that he would grab her by the wrist, that he slung her into a bedroom one time and locked her in there, held the door, wouldn't let her out. Those are the accusations, but they're not.
They're not so bad. I mean, they were in consensual relationships.
Okay.
Being his boyfriend gave me a view into him, and I did not like what I saw. His character was scary. He had this Nazi tattoo, etc. There was one allegation of crossing a line physically, but I think that means...
Well, now we have two. So what now?
These are pretty different accusations than, say, the ones that President Trump faced. And of course, in the Access Hollywood tape, President Trump bragged about grabbing women against their will. And so I think it speaks to the kind of confusion of the long post-Me Too moment in which like gender-related accusations get bundled together, but they're actually very different.
You see, the accusations for him against Graham Plattner, they're different because he's a Democrat. He's a communist. And we need all the communists we can get. And President Trump actually bragged about forcing himself on women.
No, he didn't. He said, when you're a celebrity, women will let you do anything. They're so glad to be with a celebrity, because he was talking about Billy Bush. He was talking to Billy Bush, remember? And he said they'll let you grab them by the blank if you're rich and famous. Not you force yourself on them. Not at all. But this woman's tying herself in a knot because she is taking the side of a piece of crap, violent, arrogant, dirty, nasty, perverted, psycho, Nazi. Because let's face it, anybody walking around with a Nazi tattoo who's not running for the Senate as a Democrat, are you going to say he has a Nazi tattoo, or are you going to say he's a Nazi because he's got a Nazi tattoo? That's what you're going to say. So this is just further proof that feminism means nothing. A feminist does not even need to be taken seriously. Not only do people not like feminists, that, you know, my philosophy. Nobody likes a feminist, not even other feminists. They're just people you don't want to be around. Whether you're a man or a woman, nobody wants to be around an old grouchy, sourpuss feminist. Nobody likes you because you're miserable creatures. But your feminism and your independence and you're strong as a man and you're all your crap means nothing. This is the new Bill Clinton. All of the feminists had to go along with Bill Clinton's shenanigans and the way he made a fool of Hillary and their marriage and all of the running around and all of the stuff that he did. Blame the women. Oh, God, you'd never victim blame.
Just one accusation. Just one.
They're pathetic. These feminists, this one especially. You sit there and you Sonny Hostin on The View. I'm still supporting him. I know he's a liar and he's disgusting and he's a this and he's a that and all these things, but I'm still supporting him. Well, that's because you are a low life. That's because you are disgusting. Don't make excuses about you're supporting him because we need to take back the Senate because it's that important. No, you support him because you are disgusting. Whether you're Sonny Hostin, whether you're this witch that I don't know her name, or whether you're just some regular woman in Maine or some guy in Maine that's voting for him, you're disgusting. You are a disgusting excuse for an American citizen if you support this low-life psycho. Same for you politicians. Elizabeth Warren out there. I think Elizabeth Warren wants him. I think she wants some of that rough, perverted kind of man. Can you imagine what her husband's like? Elizabeth Warren's husband? Ugh. He's probably just some little weenie that she rules around all the time. But she's disgusting. Bernie Sanders. Bernie, who's just, I support Graham Plattner because he is also in favor of helping people who are living paycheck to paycheck because of the billionaires and oligarchs, Trump's billionaire buddies. No, Bernie, you're a disgusting person too. Vile. Just vile. Anybody who pulls the lever or bubbles in the little circle for this guy, you need to really reevaluate yourself because you're despicable. And if you're a feminist and you're making excuses for him, then don't ever try to make a comparison of a conservative woman being a Stepford wife. Because you're weak. You're not a strong, independent woman if you call yourself a feminist and you support and you're making excuses for Graham Plattner. You're a Stepford wife. Yeah, you're my Stepford wife. Get out there and farm these oysters for me. Woman, get out there. Get over here. Come to this porta-john with me. Let's get in there. Let's do some nasty in that porta-john because that's where I like it. Oh, you Democrats. It's getting harder and harder to take you seriously. You know? All right. That's it for tonight for the Ritchie Roundup. You know, I got another job I got to get up and do early in the morning, so I got to go to bed. Good night and have a decent tomorrow. Bye.